Hello everybody, this is Andrew, also known as NatureMan. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how to revive a sick and mostly dead Dracaena. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here is this is going to be a special trick. Now, you might be wondering, how do you revive a tree that has brown leaves? And I'm going to tell you one quick answer real quick. No, I cannot green up the brown leaves. And no, we're not going to cut them all off at first. And I'm going to demonstrate in just a second, but I do want to show you all just how brown it is in case the camera's too far away or I'm moving too fast for you. I kind of want to zoom in on the leaves. These were scorched. I got it as a free plant at work. They were giving them away because they accidentally left these outside. God knows why. I don't know why they put a house plant outside and it got scorched in the sun. These are shade-loving plants. They grow in, they're house plants, so they grow in very low light. So they were left out for one day in the sun, and they were scorched. You can see, the entire tree looks like crap. And I said, I'll take it, I'll revive it. And I'm going to show you guys all how to do this. If you obtain one of these, or maybe one of your own that's like this, I don't know how you let it get that bad. But I'm going to show you all how to revive one that's really, really sick. It is just crap. The entire tree is really sick. So I'll show you all how to revive it. Alrighty, now I'm going to be sitting crisscross applesauce just so I can show you all on the camera on how I prune it. So, like I said before, we cannot green up the already browned up leaves. They're already dying. So, you might be wondering, how the heck am I going to revive such a plant? Well, I'm going to show you all. What I'm going to do is top it, which is the crown. The crown is the center of growth. Since it's not an actual tree, it's a tropical, it only grows up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the crown, which is the center of growth, just below it. Right there. And we're going to do that for all three plants. There's the center of the crown. And we're going to throw that away, and we're going to do it for all three, because it's a clump. If you have a single tree, well, then you just do it to one. But mine is a clump form, which is just 3 individual plants in one pot. So then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to cut the crown. There we are. And then cut the crown on the third. And now, new shoots, because the roots were supporting these center of growth. Now the center of growth is not there, the roots are still there. They're going to send energy up there, and what's going to happen is the roots won't die. They're going to force new growth off the side, so those roots can still support what was once existing. So it's going to send out new shoots. But in order to do that, I need to start pruning up these lower leaves. But I'm going to leave most of the lower leaves, even if they're burned, until the new shoots come up, because it's still sending energy to these, and if I cut too many of them off at once, it may send the plant into a shock, which could make it even worse, especially if your plant is already sick. So I'm just going to prune off a few of the leaves just below where I made my cut. Like this. I'm not sure you guys can see it, but right here. And then I'm going to cut just below the leaf cut there, just so I can make a visible trunk, essentially. Just so more of the trunk there is visible. Because what will happen, the new shoots will form right at the node, and the node is in the very center of the leaf. And this will take a few weeks before I notice any new growth, because Dracaenas are extremely slow growing. I've done this before on another Dracaena, and it took over a month before I saw new shoots, but it does vary depending on conditions and species. I might see new growth on this in as little as 2 weeks. It might be as long as a month and a half. So it really does depend on the variety, the species, and the growing conditions. If it's receiving more water, more light, that's definitely going to determine how fast it regenerates. So be very patient. These plants are extremely slow growing. Even when they're healthy and you don't top them, they naturally grow very, very slowly. And then see, there's one right there. I'll give it a few weeks and we'll notice a tiny little shoot. And I'm going to do that on all 3. The same thing on all 3. I'm going to finish that up, and then the second part of this video, will be in the future. And I'll show you the new shoots, and here's the future. Okay, everybody, welcome to the future. It is now July 2020. The first part of this video I actually filmed in May 2020. It took around 2 months. It would have taken only about a month if it wasn't for this one thing. I'm going to tell you, I didn't top it far enough, and part of the crown was still alive. And it took almost 3 weeks before I realized that. So after I cut that off, within 2 weeks after that, they started developing shoots. And I waited a few more weeks after the shoots popped out before I made this video, and here we are now. I want to show you all where we're at after I topped the Dracaena. Look at that. Right at the node, the shoots have developed. How neat is that? I think that is so cool. You can see it on all. You can see it, there's right there and right there. Right there. Get the camera to focus. Right there. And right there. How awesome is that? And one tiny little one right there. I don't know why this third one took so long to develop. This is the last one to actually develop. I was almost worried that this one was dead, but it's popping there. So how cool is that? Now, like I said, Dracaenas are extremely slow growing. So this will take many, many months to actually fill in. I mean, this took over a month, maybe 5 weeks from the time I actually truly cut it to where it is now. It took 2 months because, like I said, it took several weeks where I didn't realize, because I noticed the crown actually was trying to resprout again from the top, and I'm like, I didn't want that. I wanted it from the sides to make it bushier. So I cut it again, and within several weeks after that, that's when the shoots came out. So that is so neat. So you all can do this yourself with your sick Dracaena. And you see I left most of the leaves, but what I will be doing here, just from my own experience, I'm going to be cutting off all the leaves. I just didn't yet because, like I said, the plant was still sending energy. I didn't want to put it into so much shock that it would die because it was already sick. So I did leave these leaves, but they still look terrible, the plant. So once these shoots fill out a little bit more, I will be cutting out all the leaves, and I'm going to try and make them like a little tree, where there will be like a visible trunk, and then 2 shoots growing at the top, and then I'm going to divide these and make them 3 individual trees, essentially, instead of a clumped bush. You can already see it's 1 trunk there, and I'm going to make it a shoot coming out so it might look like a tree. That's just going to be my thing. I might post an update video later, but that would be probably over a year from now, as these are very slow growing. And that's how you revive a Dracaena plant. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video. This is NatureMan signing off. Bye!